I hate to admit it, but you can be too smart to publish a great work of fiction. In society, we of course tend to think about authors as smart people, but all of them had to learn to stop being smart and instead focus on something that I will tell you in this video. Now, how do you determine if someone is smart? Say, for example, you are a horror author, or you try to become one, and you think of the question of, what is fear? You think that as a horror author, of course, you should know the definition of what fear is in order to evoke it in the head of your audience. Makes sense, right? So because you are not smart enough, obviously, in answering this question, you try to search for other smart people. You start asking the smartest person you know. Maybe your parents, maybe your friends. And they tell you, I don't know. I don't know what fear is. Maybe they provide you with an answer. But is that really the answer? Shouldn't you maybe just ask a scientist, for example? They should be able to explain what fear is. Now say you approach the neuroscientist and ask the question, what is fear? He will tell you, or she will tell you, well, fear is something that is created in your brain, and he will go on explaining to you what the emotion of fear is, what the best method is to analyze brain activity when people experience fear. Now you go back to your home, you sit down to write and remember all of the great things the scientist told you, and you are trying to write a story that will make your audience fear. But wait a minute. All of the great things the scientist told you, all of that doesn't really provide you with the answer. All of the detailed descriptions of our understanding of how fear works do not really transfer over to the pages. You already knew that some animals, some monstrosities create fear. Now you just know how this is done in the brain. But does it really help you to become a better horror author? Now you still haven't found a smart person, right? On the paper, the scientist is the smart one, but apparently for the question that you are trying to answer, they are not smart enough. So what do you do in 2026? You of course ask AI. And what does AI tell you? Go ahead, ask the question to AI to create a masterpiece, to create a novel of the quality of Stephen King, say, for example. Do you think that's possible? If it was possible to ask such a thing from AI, how many books were on the market of a quality of J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings if it was possible for AI to create such a masterpiece? How many? An endless amount. There would be an endless amount of great works of art. So even AI isn't smart enough. Even AI can't help you. You are left to your own devices. There's no one smart enough to help you understand what fear is, to help you create a masterpiece. We think AI is smart. We think scientists are smart. We think our friends or family, someone closest to us, is smart. But although all of them are smart in a way, all of them understand something from their perspective and maybe understand it to the deepest from a scientific perspective, they are still not able to answer the core question which would help us create great fiction. They are too smart. And if you become as smart as them, you won't be able to write great fiction. Now, what is the solution? Is there a concept that you can learn that will help you define fear? Is there an answer? Of course I would tell you that there is an answer. Of course I would record hours and hours of video material on that question and give you the answer. Of course. And you wonder, well, apparently you don't have the answer because you would be, well, rich enough. You don't have the answer, do you? I tell you, I have the answer. But I'm not sure whether the answer will make you happy. We saw all of these smart people. All of them provided you with an answer that doesn't really give you an answer. And this is exactly the problem. There is no answer. The answer is asking. Asking the question of what fear is the answer. If you are certain that you understand fear, you are removed from finding the real answer. You should instead sit down and ask yourself this question. What makes you afraid? What makes you frightened at night? in each moment you are writing, in each moment you are creating fiction, you are answering this question. If instead you claim to have all the answers, you claim to understand what fear is, then you are too smart to write great fiction. And if you didn't consider yourself smart before watching this video, then I guess you are well prepared to become a great writer. It's nonsensical to think about whether you are smart enough to become a writer. What I wanted to say to you in this video is that you are not here to find answers, other than asking the question of what an experience is, so you can write great fiction. Thank you very much.